it starts turning into and I'm already digging that sound. Hey everybody, Jay Serrato here, Jay Serrato Music. Welcome back to the channel. Today's lesson was inspired by a lesson that came up in the Shed Club, which is a Discord hosted by Chad LB and Nathan Graybeal, also known as Saxologic. They've got this really hip community on Discord where they post a weekly lesson every Monday night. It's very supportive. Everybody's very encouraging. It's super positive. But I will post a link to it. So if you're interested in checking that out, you should check it out. It's really hip. I think it's totally worth it. They posted a lesson about playing minor pentatonic scales over a 2-5-1. A lot of times we approach 2-5-1s as, well, let's just play a minor scale over the 2 minor. Let's just play a bebop scale over the 5. And then we'll play a major bebop scale over the 1. This lesson is saying, okay, instead of that, let's just play all pentatonic scales. They'll play an A minor pentatonic over the A minor, and then you could play a D dominant pentatonic over that D7, and you could play a G major pentatonic over the G major. 2, 3. Right? You're just basically playing the corresponding pentatonic scale to each chord. Super basic, but let's do it again, okay? Okay, all right, cool. Now, obviously, I would never play that on a gig, right? Sometimes the point of practicing isn't really to play like you're going to play on the gig. Sometimes you just got to kind of learn it first. Get it on your fingers, get familiar with how it sounds, how it feels. So if you're not there yet, then work on that for a little bit, because that's going to help you get through the next part a whole lot faster. And everything that I'm posting here on my channel is all about speeding up your progress and making your practice as productive as possible. For a long time, I would work and work and work on this stuff, and it would never show up on the gig, and it was super frustrating. And it didn't start happening for me until I started practicing the way that I'm going to show you today, about making things smaller and easier to understand, simplifying things. All right, so yeah, so in the lesson now, they talk about playing all minor pentatonic scales and switching up some of the pentatonics so that you get a cooler, hipper sound, right? So here, I'll show it to you on screen. They're playing an A minor pentatonic over the A minor 7, right, which is the scale. And then over the D7, they're playing an F minor pentatonic. Super hip sound, because that is giving you all of the altered chord tones of a D7. So by playing that F minor pentatonic, you're getting the flat 9, the raised 9, sharp 11, and the flat 13. And it's cool because you're thinking about this in terms of a pentatonic scale, as opposed to thinking of something like, oh, it's super Locrian, or it's the 7th mode of this, you know, harmonic minor scale. You know, to me, that's a lot of thinking. I'd rather just think about the minor pentatonic, and it's going to get even easier in a little bit when I show you how I broke this down even further. And then on the G, when you finally resolve at the 1, instead of playing a G major pentatonic, they're saying, let's play a B minor pentatonic, which is really nice. It's a nice sound because you get the major 7 and you get a 9. Really nice chord tones. And you get the 6 too, which is hip. Okay, so let's play this exercise that I have on the screen, and you'll see they're changing up and they're playing all minor pentatonics. Right? So yeah, you can see every time you change scales, you want to do a smooth resolution. So here, play it one more time. I like to resolve by a half step or a whole step every time I change the scale that I'm playing. That just sounds smoother, and it sounds more like a long melodic flowing line. Okay, let's do the next one. And in this one, I just wrote it out where you start at the top and then you descend and you come back up. And this is a little bit more like something I would play on a gig, right? So here we go. So yeah, here you see the way it goes from the chords I'm resolving by a half step. Sounds really hit. Again. Yeah, and then you end on that F sharp, that major 7 of the G major. So yeah, let's play this next one. And this one, you're going to see that every time it goes around, I'm starting on the next note in the scale. All right, so here we go. So that was kind of fast, but you get the picture, right? So I'm practicing every permutation of that exercise. And then what I'll do is I'll come up with a different pattern and I'll do the same thing for that pattern. And I just kind of do it over and over and over and over again until I feel like I've got all of these different shapes and under my fingers and in my ears. I know what they sound like, I know what they feel like, and I can just pull them off. The pattern here, and so I'll show it on the screen, right? So for this altered sound, the first 2 scales are A minor and F minor. So then I just said, you know what? That's the 2-5 right there. A major third is the distance between that A minor and that F minor. And I started thinking, okay, why don't I just shed all my patterns a major third apart? So I get something like, right? And so I'm just going to alternate between the 2 pentatonic scales. And I'm just going to start like going straight up and down. And then we'll talk through like how it evolves. You kind of start getting this sound, right? It starts turning into and I'm already digging that sound, right? It's almost like a triad pair, but it's a pentatonic pair. So I'm switching pentatonics between a major third, right? So I'm just playing A minor pentatonic, F sharp minor pentatonic. We all know our minor pentatonics, so just practice them a major third apart, and it starts getting you this really hit sound. I don't think about the A as the 2 when I'm playing it this way. I think of the A and the F together as one thing, and I think of that over any kind of dominant sound. So let's just pick a random key, right? Let's spin the wheel randomly. Let's play D minor and B flat minor, okay? So yeah, if I'm gonna play this, this would be like if I was doing it in the key of C, right? Or if I was playing a G7, I could just play. That's basically it. I really hope you enjoyed this quick little mini lesson. I'm getting a lot of comments from my last pentatonic video, and it means the world to me. Makes it worth it when I hear somebody on the other end is getting something out of it. So yeah, have fun shedding, have fun practicing your instrument, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.